Does the Russell Westbrook trade make the Clippers worse? I know this is crazy to even say, and I know there's probably people that are probably even saying it. And that's why I want to talk about it. That's why I'm making this video, because obviously we all kind of expected this to happen. Westbrook going to the Clippers, going to play with his former teammate Paul George. Paul George was vouching for him, saying he wanted to play with him, saying he wants to win a championship with him, wants to see Westbrook win a championship. And not only him, I think a couple other NBA players were saying the same thing. So it's crazy. The whole NBA, all the players have Russell Westbrook's respect. Or respect for Russell Westbrook, but the media doesn't. And as a Lakers fan, I'm going to be completely honest on how I feel about everything, because Lakers fans have been very, very hard on Russell Westbrook, including me sometimes, I'll be honest. Now, let's go way, way back. Back when Russell Westbrook played with the Oklahoma City Thunder, his MVP year. Now I'm going to explain to you why there might be some Russell Westbrook hate or disrespect. Now, I used to not be the biggest Russell Westbrook fan, but it's because of one thing, and I'm pretty sure every other fan in the NBA, on Twitter especially, this is the same reason why they dislike other players. Now, I am a James Harden super fan. Back in the day, when James Harden was having that season where he was averaging 11 assists a game and 30 points a game pretty much, Russell Westbrook was averaging a triple-double, and it was the MVP battle. Now, I did not dislike Russell Westbrook. I thought he was a very good player. I thought he was deserving of the MVP, but I just thought James Harden should get it. Now, I had friends at the time that were mad that I thought James Harden should get it. They felt Russell Westbrook should get it, and they got to the point where they just started trashing on James Harden. And it kind of reflected to me, and I started thinking, and I started believing that Russell Westbrook stans, Russell Westbrook fans are toxic. And that's where pretty much all of this, Twitter beef, player beef, dislike, disrespect towards other players around the league happens. And it's because there was a fan that made you dislike a team or a player because they were talking trash on your favorite team or player. Now, Russell Westbrook goes and he plays with the Houston Rockets with James Harden now. Fast forward. Now my favorite player is playing alongside the guy that I wasn't really liking at the time. And there was just a lot of turmoil with Russell Westbrook. We go back, we think about how they traded Clint Capella, because Westbrook was struggling that Rockets season. To start the season, Westbrook was not playing good. They were just trapping James Harden at half court. Westbrook was having trouble shooting the ball. He couldn't drive in the paint because Clint Capella was there, so they decided to help him out and trade Clint Capella. Now, I know it's a stretch saying that they did this to help Russell Westbrook out, but it isn't a stretch to say that right after they got rid of Clint Capella, Russell Westbrook played a lot better. And trust me, go look at the stats. Russell Westbrook played a lot better. They make it to the playoffs. James Harden had a good playoff run. Like every single year, most of the haters say he sucks in the playoff. He had a good run, and Westbrook had the trouble in the playoffs. The Lakers actually played the Rockets in that bubble playoffs, and we were leaving Westbrook wide open, and he had the problem with shooting. So fast forward, Russell Westbrook on the Wizards. Russell Westbrook led them to the playoffs with Bradley Beal. He looked really good. He was averaging a triple-double once again, which is crazy because nowadays, obviously, I feel like it's not as impressive just because of Russell Westbrook. Jokic doesn't now, but Westbrook made that thing mainstream to average or to get a triple-double, and we forget that. And Westbrook always gets real happy. You see him in his interviews whenever somebody brings up how he averages a triple-double, most triple-doubles in NBA history, passing Oscar Robertson. People forget about that too. So we have to give him his respect there. That being said, Russell Westbrook is a future Hall of Famer. Now going back to the question, is he going to make the Clippers worse? How did we even get to this point? The Lakers trade for Russell Westbrook. We trade Caldwell Pope, Kuzma, and some draft picks to go get Russell Westbrook. And the first season was a fail. He had one of his worst seasons of his entire career. And it didn't look good. And then this season, he gets moved to the bench. And, you know, when he got moved to the bench, there was a lot of talk around the league saying maybe his career is done, maybe it's starting to wind down, but he played really good and was probably the top leading candidate to get Sixth Man of the Year until just recently he started playing bad once again. And then he just started having problems with Darvin Ham, the coaching staff, and you could tell he just didn't want to be there, probably because of this one reason. LA. The Lakers specifically, because the Clippers I don't think have this problem. Playing as a Laker, there's a lot of high expectations of you just because of all the great players that we have had, especially on top of that, playing with LeBron James, another level of expectation is set for you. So it was hard for Russell Westbrook to play in LA because Westbrook is a very emotional player. Now, don't take this the wrong way, because this is a good thing or a bad thing. You look at Oklahoma City Thunder, Westbrook. What would happen when he got a dunk? The whole crowd would get lit and he would start playing better. It was hard to have that in LA because the fans would just get anxious anytime he tried to shoot something. If he missed it, they would start getting mad. And he could feel that type of energy. That's not what Russell Westbrook needs. He needs some support. He needs some energy behind him. And that's why he was so happy. Go back to the start of the season. If you're watching, he's smiling during games because the fans were cheering for him because he was playing good. And I knew this going into the season. I knew everybody was scapegoat Russell Westbrook the last season. So I know Westbrook's not a bad player. He just needs the fans to support him. But the thing about Lakers fans, as soon as you mess up, you have to earn their trust back for some reason, because most of Lakers fans, let's be honest, are just casual fans. Most California fans in general are casual fans. They just want to win, and when they're not winning, they don't really even understand the full game. And I'm a Lakers fan. I'm not like this, but I've seen and met Lakers fans that are like this, and they need somebody to blame, right? They're not really even being serious, but they just go too far sometimes. So I think it was just hard for him to be a Laker. Now, is he going to be bad for the Clippers? He gets reunited with Paul George. They made the playoffs together. They lost to James Harden. But they look pretty good in Oklahoma City. Now they have Kawhi Leonard. And they just made a whole bunch of moves in depth around them. So the Clippers are looking good. Is he going to make them worse? I do not think that Russell Westbrook is going to have trouble on the Clippers. I want him to make the Clippers worse. I don't like the Clippers. They're one of my least favorite teams. And I want the Clippers to fail every single year because they share the same stadium as us. And they think they run LA. I'm not a Clippers fan. I dislike the Clippers. But I don't think he's going to make the Clippers worse. I think he's going to make them better. And this is the reason. I've been to a couple Clippers games in my life. Clippers fans do not have the same fans that the Lakers do. You know, people go to actually just enjoy the game. Nobody's yelling at the players. Nobody has high expectations. Nobody's booing if somebody's taking a shot that they don't like, or, you know, getting weirded out because somebody's trying to take a three. Listen, Russell Westbrook is going to feel comfortable playing for the Clippers because their fan base, they don't really have one. If you've ever been to a Clippers game, there's about 10 jerseys next to you and the three different sections around you. Nobody was really diehard Clippers fans. And when there are. But they're not like the toxic Lakers fans that we have in my fan base, in our fan base as a Lakers fan. So I think it's going to help him out a lot. That being said, I do not think this is going to make them contenders. I do not think it's going to be successful in the playoffs because Russell Westbrook has a history of never making it far in the playoffs along with Paul George. So I don't expect them to make it far. Yes, they have Kawhi Leonard, but then you talk about load management and all this stuff. This is just me talking from a Lakers fan perspective, but I seriously do doubt that Russell Westbrook is going to make them contenders. You know, I wouldn't be mad if Russell Westbrook won a ring. It would suck that he's on the Clippers, but I just really don't ever see Russell Westbrook winning a ring. If Chris Paul's not going to win a ring, his one chance, I don't think Russell Westbrook is going to win one. This might be some hate, but the whole point of this video is maybe there's somebody watching right now that thinks Russell Westbrook sucks. Russell Westbrook, he can't shoot. He makes teams worse. And maybe it's their Lakers fan. And maybe, trust me, We've seen some very bad Russell Westbrook games. We've seen some games where he does something very, very dumb. But we took Russell Westbrook for granted sometimes because he is a better player than the average NBA player. And that means a lot because the average NBA player is really, really good. Westbrook is a very good NBA player. And there's no reason people should be saying he's out of the league or doesn't have a role in the league. It was reported that Shams was saying that no team really even wants Russell Westbrook and teams are questioning if he even has a role in the NBA. That is crazy. He is a future Hall of Famer. He's a pass first point guard. He could play make. There is a place for Russell Westbrook in this league. But I don't know if that's going to get you a championship. Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions on this. I just wanted to make a video on this because obviously everybody knows Westbrook probably signed with the Clippers, so I don't want to just come in here and be like, Westbrook signed with the Clippers and then just name all that information that everybody already knows. I'm just going to share my opinion on this. I'm very, very happy that Westbrook is no longer on the LA Lakers, but I'm not a Westbrook hater. I actually supported Westbrook this year. You go back in my videos, you guys will see that. I thought he was playing very, very good this year, but the last 3 weeks before he got traded, he was going back to that same 4 for 16 shooting, and it's just not going to fit with what we have with LeBron James. So I'm happy we finally cut ties with Russell Westbrook, and hopefully, his career is good and finishes good. But I'm not going to say hopefully his team does good because I don't like the Clippers. So, he's back in LA, didn't move stadiums. It's going to be interesting to see the Lakers versus Clippers, and I am very, very excited for that game. Westbrook versus LeBron, because I know those fan bases are probably clashing right now. But do not, look, I'm speaking from experience, do not let a fan base ruin or make you hate another player. There's been a lot of Curry fans that have bashed on James Harden over the years. And for a little bit, I was getting mad at Curry, even though it's just the ignorant fans that don't actually watch James Harden. Or I was getting mad at the Russell Westbrook fans because they were bashing James Harden. And it's been like this entire time that I've been a fan of the NBA. So just self-awareness, man. Don't start hating another player because there was an ignorant fan that was talking trash on your player because they probably don't even watch your player. So that's all I got to say. Hopefully you guys, took something from this video. I want to know your guys' opinions. Do you think Russell Westbrook is going to be good for the Clippers? Do you think he's going to be better than he was on the Lakers? And do you think this makes the Clippers contenders? How far do you think they will go in the playoffs? Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. This is ZTAY. Peace.